Technical difficulties. We back. I got it. We back. We back. Technical difficulties have been fixed. Ooh. We are back. What's up,
There
Tree?
we go.
I'm sorry. I messed up. I tricked it.
Get our boy Mallz back in here.
Yeah, he gotta come back. Here you go. I heard him blink.
Yeah, I am.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there he is. All right. We good now.
So y'all ready to talk football?
Well, you sound sad when you said that.
Oh no. I'm just no. I know Brandon asked me about the whole
The
pre-mechanics
referee
for
spiel.
yeah. Cause
So what you
I
gonna do?
mean, so pretty much. So how it works. So officials come on the field. Well, at high school, we come on the field 30 minutes before game time, before kickoff. At NFL, I want to say they come an hour. So the white hat and the umpire, what they would do, they'll go to each coach, be like, Coach, I'm the white hat. This referee be on your side or this referee be on your side. Make sure all the players are equipped. Make sure every player is equipped properly. This, that, and third. And the last thing the referee will ask, do you have any trick plays or plays we need to know about so we won't get confused? Now, I don't know what Dan Campbell told him, but and so that's why I said so many variables. We don't know what was said in that huddle. Also, so they come out an hour before game time to the coaches. So what's that, 7 o'clock? That
Mm-hmm.
play happened, around 11? So you're talking about 4 hours later and 150 plays later. That white hat probably forgot about that trick play. So and the sad part of it is, what Dan Campbell should have done was when he scored, he should have went to the white hat, remember this trick play or whatever. The issue is they scored a touchdown. They're on the 3-yard line. I don't know if y'all ever noticed, but there's a coaches and players box from the 25 to the 25, and you cannot go outside that box. So I don't know. So Dan Campbell can't run to the white hat and be like, hey, this is a trick play. But it was to me, the white hat was kind of lazy. Like they said he was reported eligible all games, so he just assumed. That's stuff you do not to do, is assume, because
Yep.
now look what happened. The Detroit Lions, they overthought it. Like, you're trying to trick the Cowboys. You can't trick them because the white hat's got to go there and tell them who's eligible, who's not eligible anyway. So you tricked you overdid it because the referee has to report on the loudspeaker, and then I don't know if y'all saw him running. He was running to the defense, letting them know who was eligible. And apparently they didn't. He didn't report number 68 eligible because if you look at the play, no one guarded number 68.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
how he ended up opening the end zone.
yeah, that's why it's open. And I truly believe if they would have reported it, George
would have
Wilson,
covered it.
was Donovan Wilson would have covered him.
He would have covered him.
So it was the white hat. He's not what's the word? He shouldn't escape by any means. Now I don't agree with the whole crew being
Stop being
downgraded because
fans. Donovan Wilson would have got milestone, but
well, I mean
continue.
he would have got most of them, but he would at least guarded the play. But the whole crew getting downgraded because white hats F up. So why is the whole crew getting down? So I don't agree with that. Um, but it was a funky play on both sides. But at the end of the day, but then you had that tripping. I don't know what I don't know who threw the
Yeah, they
flag.
showed the replay on that, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
what? Either it's a no call or you call
yeah,
it on Hutchinson.
yeah.
No
So in
way should
high
that
school,
have went on Hendershot.
yeah. So I don't know how it is in NFL, but at high school, it would have been a no call because he missed. Now I don't know
Yeah,
how it is
that's
in the
what I was thinking. I was like,
NFL.
why they even throw a flag? Because nobody got trips. Like, he
Yeah,
attempted it, but he didn't hit anybody. So I'm like,
yeah,
why even throw anything anyway? Just let it go.
yeah.
I
Because if
think
you
I think
Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm sorry, this is gonna answer before what I cut out, but I think the NFL did this because they had to respond in a way because of what's been going on all year. This crew is just gonna be the scapegoat for what's been going on all year, so the NFL can say we're doing something and then they announce their new program. But y'all are right; it happened way before that with the initial tripping call.
I mean,
Go
here's
ahead.
the thing. A fair referee's gonna make. There's no referee in their life has officiated a
It's no
perfect
perfect
game.
game.
You're not gonna officiate every perfect game. The problem is when a referee makes mistakes. It's you can't
Yeah,
escape it.
yeah.
We're not gonna talk about Jared Goff's 3 interceptions or Dak Prescott's interception or on that touchdown pass to CD Lamb, the linebacker just straight whipped
Touchback.
on. He just straight whipped on the sack. Like he didn't even wrap up.
Oh, yeah, somebody to play early in the game.
He
Yeah.
just dove on. He just dove in front of Dak, and Dak just pretty much just sideswiped him. We ain't
Mm-hmm.
talking about that. We want to talk about this 2-point play that you had 2 other plays where you could have kicked and you still didn't convert.
And what do I always say? What do I
But
always say in these moments? Games are won and lost
mm,
long before
In
the
the
last
trenches.
play.
yeah.
Long
In the
before the
trenches.
last play. Now, they had a chance on 4th down, deep in Dallas territory, to kick a field goal early in the game. They went for it and didn't get
Mm-hmm.
it. Left
Yeah.
3 points out there.
Yeah.
And then they had a chance to just kick the extra point at the end of the game instead of trying to go for 2 in the win. They sent it to overtime. So that's 4 points
Yeah.
they left out on the field. How much did they lose by?
Lost by 1. Yeah. Yeah.
So that game
But I
never comes down
mean,
to that situation if Detroit, you know, does the right thing and Dan
Opportunity.
Campbell
Take advantage of
doesn't
opportunity.
doesn't get greedy. That's what happened. Greed kills you. One of the 7 deadly sins. Greed will do you in at some point or another if you keep doing it, keep going at it.
I
Mike
agree.
Tomlin did the same thing years ago. I remember Dak's rookie year, the game against Pittsburgh, when they kept going for 2-point conversions, kept failing. How many did they lose that game by? 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
They went for 2. I think they went for 2 like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
That's the difference in the game.
Yeah. Agree. So now, yeah, you're right. 'Cause now you got to score a touchdown instead of trying to kick a field goal.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And points come back to haunt you later. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why they lost the game. But the game wasn't decided by these officials. The game was
Yeah.
lost early. And then CD Lamb, if he doesn't fumble the ball out the end zone for a touchback, Dallas is not in that situation.
Yeah.
If
If
that
if
Or
tripping
he don't
that
ball,
fumble in that situation, y'all destroy
we
him. I
win
mean,
that
the
game.
game's
the
over.
We
the
win that game by 2 scores.
Momentum is
yeah.
We win that
Or
game
yeah,
by at least
yeah.
2
That
scores,
momentum's
at least
it was
different.
10 points if he makes that play.
it was a
That's
lot of things
equivalent. That's
when
equivalent to
Dak.
Dak stepping out of bounds against Philly. Tony Pollard fumbling on Dak and the fullback fumbling on the goal line against Miami. The 1-inch Peyton Hendershot's knee, or was it Schoonmaker against Philly? Like it's those inches that matter, man, and it costs you games. If it goes one way or
Full
the
of
other.
inches.
Luckily, it didn't cost us against Detroit when CeeDee Lamb fumbled that ball out the end zone like that. But again, Detroit, they had the opportunities to win that game, with that happening. And they chose to try to go for much more, and they failed in the process.
They changing
Now, I
that rule
watched.
next year anyway. I
Yeah,
believe
What
they
rule?
were talking about during the game. They
the
were changing that
touchback
rule
rule.
about the fumbling the ball in the end zone being a touchback. They were talking about that's going to be one of the things in the offseason that they addressed to figure out if they need to do away with it or amend it or whatever. So,
I'll put them
the
back on the
NFL
30 or the
always changes
25.
stuff every year.
Yeah, put them back on the 25. Like now, I don't think the Hawks should get the ball, but yeah, put them back to the 25 or something. Because at the end of the day, you still fumble. But the other team getting the ball, I've never liked that. But
Yeah, it's the
I
same
don't
thing as if
know.
again,
you fumble.
I like that.
It's
I
the same
like
thing as if
that.
you
I like
fumble
that.
and
Put
it
them on the
goes out of
25. Put
bounds.
them
I
on the
mean, the
30.
team keeps it,
mm,
Yeah.
and they just they keep it where the ball went out at, right? Like
It's
if
pretty
you got
much
the
yeah,
like
ball. So
no
why
point your
can't the
ball.
same thing
There's no
happen in
point
the
your
end zone?
ball. No point
yeah,
your
Like if
ball.
you in the end zone and you fumble out there back out the end zone, whatever, just get the ball back in the 1 yard line on the half-inch line. Like
mm,
they do the same thing. Like I said, if you fumble the ball out of bounds during a live play, they get the ball back and they get it where they fumbled out at. So what's the difference?
yeah. But then again, if that was Detroit that fumbled and he got the touchback, I'd be jumping for joy. So I guess it's
I would, yeah, exactly. But when the play
It's a
happened,
catch
I was like,
22.
well, when the play happened, I was like, man, that hurts because they're gonna get the ball back now, and that drive just pretty much went down, and we got nothing out of it. That's a turnover. We went down there and turned the ball over on the goal line again for the second week in a row. And last week the week before it cost us, and this week it almost cost us.
Yeah, but it goes back. I remember 2017. You probably remember this game. It was a Sunday night between Dallas and Oakland, and Dallas was up by like 3 points, and Derek Carr was running to the end zone. He got pushed, lost the ball in the end zone. It was a touchback. So, at that time, I'm like, yes, I love that rule. But
yeah, I remember that. I remember that play.
So
I remember that.
But all in, I'm gonna let you go, Trigga. But I just want to say this: all in all, I still have no faith in my team. I don't trust them. I can see the Rams beating them in the first round. I can see every team beating them. I don't trust this team. Mike McCarthy, he's still a lot of penalties, game management. There's no reason why Detroit got that ball back. There should be no reason why Detroit got that ball back with over.
They shouldn't have, but they did get screwed on that last possession. The Dallas ran the clock out. Had they not, the referees not made those calls, and then 1st and 25. Do you run it? Do you throw it?
Well, I like
in his mind. He was trying to make up for that penalty yardage, so that's why they were so pass happy, and they bit him in the ass. Because Detroit didn't get the ball back, they go down the field.
Yeah,
and they
I will
say
that second down play where he threw it deep to Cooks.
That one right there, I don't understand that one.
I don't think Cooks was the intended target. If you relook at that play, who the receiver was, but there was a receiver wide open that he ran a cross route. If you go look back at that play, I think Dak misread that play because there was the receiver wide open.
It had to because when he threw that ball, there was nobody in the vicinity. I'm like, somebody ran the wrong route, or there was a miscommunication between somebody somewhere. And I'm not a fan of those types of plays when you just need to get the yards or keep the clock running.
Keep the clock. The clock is your
second
friend.
and short or whatever. We need to force them to use timeouts. We need to draw up something that's going to keep the clock moving, like the screen pass or something. That's the same thing they do on third down. When they're trying to get yardage to get in a better position to punt the ball a little bit further down the field. Like if it's 3rd and 20 and you see the quarterback hand the ball off, they just try to get that yardage so they can just set it up for the punt. So I'm like, why don't we have that mindset earlier? Like we get pinned back earlier instead of trying to go for the gusto and get it all back at once. Let's throw a screen pass. Let's do something, let's design a 7-10 yard play or something and just try to get little increments back. So that way when third down comes up, it's much more manageable. We can, the playbook's still a little bit more open and we can do some more things. We can still be creative. We ain't just limited to just, we're 3rd and long, we got to pass. We can mix something up. We can throw something in there. We can do something different and have a chance and give ourselves a chance to pick up this first down and keep the clock.
You should have got Dalvin Cook.
I told you what they weren't getting him.
Get me started.
I told you they weren't going to get him. I told you they weren't going to get him.
I'm not surprised they didn't get him because the same thing happens all the time. Big free agent hits the market. Dallas's name is obviously always thrown in the mix. I read all these articles about, they make a case for Dallas or why they should sign him, why they'd be a perfect fit, and yet they go elsewhere. And not just any team. They go to a team that's fine without him. Just fine without him. This man went to Baltimore. Baltimore don't need Dalvin Cook. The number one team in the AFC, arguably the number one team in the NFL. They've done this run game. Lamar Jackson leads the team in rushing. They went out J.K. Dobbins since week 1. And that has not stopped them from being who they are. You see the hurt they put on Miami? It was a 56-9. And this is before Dalvin Cook. Again, my whole spiel yesterday when we were talking about this, about championship teams doing championship things, good teams feeling like they can be greater, better. We saw the 49ers do it, all the guys they picked up. We've seen the Ravens do it. We've seen the Eagles do it. And the Cowboys, the only team that just, we good. I like what we have. Really?
Carolina said the same thing.
This is why Larry don't trust the Cowboys. Right here. It's that kind of mindset and that type of thinking. That type of, I'm content with what we have, but everybody else around you is already better than you, and they're getting even better by adding these players because they feel like they can improve.
That's why they're going home next week.
Baker gonna throw y'all. Baker gonna put up 425.
Happy birthday, Larry. And then
The only
Cowboys
way,
going home.
Baker
the
gonna
only
put up
way
for-
we seeing Baker Mayfield will be in the divisional round if we beat whoever, assuming we beat Washington on Sunday.
That's what I'm saying.
get
Because
that
if they
number
lose,
2 seed.
yeah.
We'll play either probably Green Bay,
Hey.
Seattle.
I thought about that. I
Yeah,
thought Ron
probably
Rivera
Green
last
Bay and
game.
Seattle.
Ron Rivera might beat y'all on his last. He like, man, this is my last
I
game.
wouldn't be
I'm going.
surprised.
I'm Riverboat.
Yeah, wouldn't
Riverboat.
surprise me.
Riverboat coming.
They ain't got nothing to lose.
Riverboat coming. That's what I'm worried about.
We
Riverboat. about
ended
to-
we ended the season there last year. You saw what happened
And y'all gonna let Detroit get that
27-6.
number 2 seed?
to Sam
wouldn't be
Howell.
surprised.
Detroit get that number 2 seed.
That game last year, week 18 at Washington, when we stunk it up, that was Sam Howell's first game as a starting quarterback. He played so well, he ended up being the starter for Washington all of this year, off of that one game against Dallas. That man played himself into a starting quarterback role. So
Yeah, well, if Detroit,
I think this time around, honestly, I think that Dallas, they know what happened there last year. And this year, they control their own destiny as far as winning the division. Like 2 weeks ago, this was not a conversation. It was a foregone conclusion. Philadelphia was going to right the ship. We didn't see the loss to Arizona coming. They were going to win their last 3 games. Dallas was going to drop. They dropped to Miami and Buffalo. And even if they won their last 3 and Philadelphia won out, Philadelphia still wins the division. But we got a gift when Philly lost to Arizona.
Mhm.
And then Dallas squeaked by Detroit. So
I
now we're in a
wouldn't.
position to where
Arizona beat Philly in that game. Arizona beat
They
they
beat-
beat
I
Philly.
watched-
It won't
I-
know they beat Philly.
I watched the fourth quarter of that game. Arizona just looked like they were. If you would have told me they were 4-12 or whatever they were, I wouldn't have believed it.
But that's Gannon. That's Gannon. Like, I know this defense. I'm gonna show you how you beat this defense. And he sat there and he beat that defense.
Boy, I wish Kirby Smart thought the same way when he played against Nick Saban in the SEC championship.
He beat
See
that
how
defense.
in the NFL these coaches come back against their former coaches, and they know them well, and no matter how bad the team are, they always find a way to beat them. Except if you're Kirby Smart playing against Nick Saban. I'm just waiting for Kirby to do the same thing.
Hey, you see what Doug Peterson did to his offense that Frank Wright implemented. You see what happened the first time Carolina's been shut out since 2002.
Mm.
Y'all got shut out this weekend.
Shut out 26-0. 26-0. I was about to go to that game with Elijah. It was gonna be his first
I wasn't
NFL
gonna
game.
say nothing.
That would have been the first time I've ever seen the Panthers lost, bro. That'd have been the first time I ever seen the Panthers lost. And if it had been 26-0, I'd have been like Dave Tupper. Me and Dave Tupper would have been in the stands together. I'd have followed up when he threw that drink. Got him, Dave.
Yeah,
Got him, Dave.
he out there smacking folks with drinks and stuff.
20.
I got him, Dave.
I'll
I got
I'll
the
be
follow
throwing
up,
drinks.
baby.
Throwing the whole Gatorade cooler out there.
I was watching that game because I was in Carolina that weekend. So Carolina, they're gonna show the
You
Panthers.
a fan?
game.
We know you a fan. I got the jersey for you.
No, my
I got the
girlfriend
jersey
from
for you. Come on home.
Carolina. That's
Come
the only
on.
reason why I was in Carolina.
Come on home, man. Come on.
But
Hey, you know he's gonna be our team president. Cam Newton gonna be team president next year, so y'all get ready. We coming back. Bryce Young going 11-7 next year. 11-6.
that is a large human being, bro.
11-6.
Cam Newton, I saw him in Atlanta.
I thought you
last
talking about
year.
Bryce Young. I was like, you a damn lie.
No, Cam Newton, that is a large
Yeah, I was
human being.
confused for a second too. I thought that's who you were talking about.
You a damn-
no.
Bryce my height. Bryce is my height.
Huh?
I saw Cam in Atlanta, in the Underground Mall, and that is a large human being, bro.
Hey, 6'5", 250. 6'5", 250.
Wow, came out of nowhere. What lost for Carolina?
I didn't know he was on
Hey,
the
don't
jump.
worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. Hey,
Oh, my
hey, you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? We gonna beat Baker and them Bucks this week, and y'all can get Derek Carr at home, and he gonna beat y'all ass. And
He
gonna
probably will.
beat y'all ass. Michael
I-
Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Jimmy Graham. Oh my God, they gonna go ham. Stephon Gilmore gonna be in the league.
Graham.
Jimmy Graham.
He's still in
He's
the
six-
league.
Jimmy Graham. It
That's
don't
their
matter.
red
Jimmy
zone. That's how they
Graham,
score in the red
Ollie
zone. He's
Graham,
6'5".
it
Throw the
don't
ball up. I'll jump everybody. Because who you
It don't
gonna
matter.
have to cover? Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave,
Michael Thomas off IR.
Taysom Hill, Watson. You got to cover everybody else, and then Jimmy Graham. Yeah, he came back. Jimmy Graham came back, and you're gonna have to worry about your third string cornerback on 6'5" Miami, Jimmy Graham. in the red zone. That's what the Saints. They know what they're doing. And then Taysom Hill might be under center. You don't know what the fuck is going on. But then they got Dennis Allen.
We ain't got to worry about New Orleans being in the playoffs because Tampa Bay is probably going to beat Carolina, and that's going to give them the division.
They only favor by 4.5, bro. I don't know.
Where is it at? Hey, I'm assuming it's at Tampa Bay.
Carolina.
So wait a minute. So Tampa Bay, they got the odds, and they on the road. Usually the home team gets at least 3 points.
Y'all favored by 13 over Washington.
Damn.
Y'all favored by 13 over Washington.
And I guarantee they at Washington by 13.
And they at home. What that mean? It's Tampa Bay.
But you know they always give Dallas. They always give Dallas the over under. They ain't beating Washington by 13.
I think Dallas is going after what happened last year in Washington, and with everything on the line right now, all Dallas do is win, and they get a 2 seed. Like Philly has to win, and we have to lose. And even if Dallas and Philly both lose, Dallas still wins the division. So it's an easier task for us. We got the easier team to face, I think, between Washington and New York. I think Washington is a more favorable matchup.
And Tyrod throwing that ball. Tyrod throwing that ball. Tyrod throwing that ball.
Their record's terrible, but there's been a few games where they've been close, including the one they played last week. They only lost by 1.
And you know, Washington ain't playing their starters, and they'll still win.
How Washington ain't playing us? Yeah, got something to play for. That's crazy.
Hey,
actually, no, because we didn't play our starters against. Well, we played most of our starters against Tampa Bay, and then we lost last game. We lost all our starters in the last game playing against Tampa Bay.
So, Trey, so it may be too early. So, where you got Dallas in the playoffs? Like, how far?
First round.
Honestly, bro, I believe if we win against Washington on Sunday and we get the 2 seed, I think we can get to the NFC Championship at a minimum.
It is America. I am a diehard Cowboy fan, but I'm not a delusional one.
Seriously. If we were
in the first round,
if we were on the road, if we had to go on the road, I wouldn't get them past the divisional round. But the fact they're playing at home and they play well at home, and everything that's happened with Jimmy Johnson.
If y'all win a division,
I'll get them to the NFC Championship game.
If y'all win a division.
Given we defeat Washington and we, get 2 home games.
They will defeat Washington, get the 2 seed, and they will still go home in the first or second round.
Hey, that's why y'all won that game. Because y'all won that game because of Jimmy. Y'all won that game. Because look at what happened to Detroit, everything that happened. And they lost by what? A point?
Yeah, but
everything that happened and how many points they could have had, they lost by a point. I got to find my charger for my phone.
Dan Campbell got greedy. Came back and bit him. That's what happened. Though Dan Campbell, I meant to make this point earlier when you were talking about the refs and how they meet the coaches and stuff before the game to go over stuff. Mm-hmm. So I watched the post-game presser. They talked to Dan Campbell, and of course they asked him about the 2-point play or whatever, and he was pissed about it. But Dan Campbell did mention in that post-game press conference to the media that he did go over that play with the refs prior to the game starting. He said he laid it out for him, told him who was involved, like how it was going to go, all of that. Even the fake punt, he went over that with them too. Because remember that fake punt they ran and they got? Mm-hmm. He went over that with the refs as well. So he said he did go over it with them, and he talked to them about it pre-game.
Oh, yeah, and I agree. But like I said, 4 hours later and 150 plays later, that referee probably forgot all about it. Which, I mean, it's no excuse, but
it happened.
It was too. He overdid it. You don't need to have 3 play report or pretend play report eligible. Because then you'd confuse the poor man.
No.
And like I said,
if you're looking at the main that's going like this, you'll see what he won't look at. He was ready to go run because he had to go talk to Rico and all them.
I'm not excusing the
3 more quarters play football.
The white hat. He was the white hat was in the wrong. He was lazy. You just can't assume. Every player is different.
Larry saw that white hat. Like, oh yeah, I'm a shoe-in to be an NFL rep, boy.
Mm-hmm.
He don't give a damn about his job.
Mm-hmm. But Yeah.
Who there watching the Fresh Prince?
Me, I've been watching on Hulu all day. It's funny we talking about the Saints and they doing that little marching joint.
Was the episode where he went up against old boy?
Yeah,
Prep
Alan
school?
Payne. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the little chant in the background. Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Wop gonna be calling me in about 3 weeks. So if Dallas pick up this play, think they make the NFC Championship game next year? Mark my words, America, it's coming.
Hey, what I tell y'all? All y'all need is the first round. If y'all get a first round win, y'all good for another 3 years. That good. That get his contract re-signed, all that shit. Yeah, y'all be good. If y'all make it to the NFC Championship, bro, y'all gonna be motherfucker. We ain't gonna never hear about. But we made it to the NFC Championship. You know, they cheated us. You know, they cheated.
They ain't going to the NFC Championship. I'm telling you.
It depends on who they get in the second round.
No matter who they got, they can get the.
It's gonna be either Philly or Tampa Bay, more than likely.
I don't think y'all beat Philly twice.
No, I think they might get Detroit in the second round because they get the 3 seed.
I don't think y'all beat Detroit.
Oh
again.
yeah, Detroit might.
I don't think y'all beat
Detroit. They gonna have a.
Dan Campbell did say that in his interview. He's like, "We'll see them in a couple weeks." I was like, "Oh,
yeah." They ain't making it to that NFC Championship. So what y'all thought about the college football game, man?
Okay. Can I have a little
moment? Go ahead.
To say Florida State. I'm gonna say Florida State. Larry, your team.
Yes.
If y'all gonna sit here and talk shit, don't lose 63-3. And then say, you see, we should have been in the game because they want to call a draw on fourth and go.
Hold on. With 25 players that didn't play, our top 9 NFL players didn't play. They didn't want to be there.
None of that, bro.
They didn't want to be there, and y'all acting like just some scrubs.
I don't care if I don't want to be nowhere. I'm not going out there and putting that performance on the field after I raised all this cane.
They had their JV team out there, bro.
Georgia had that JV team going down the field in 2 plays. Yes, they did. Trigga, at the end of the game, they had, oh my God, Carson backup. It's gonna look good in 3
years.
Well,
yeah. Once it kind of got out of hand, they took him out.
But that's what I'm saying. Once it get out of hand, you shouldn't be letting Carson back up and they 4 stringers go down the field on y'all like that.
I mean,
they 4 stringers. Kirby Smart didn't even have his headset off. He was calling plays like this.
They had nobody. No one on their starting defensive line.
That's not the man calling plays. How man calling plays like that the whole second half, bro? He was calling plays like the whole second half.
No one on their starting defensive line played in that game. They had their backup. They had their second and third string defensive linemen play.
Bro, they don't show up to the game. Don't be sitting here on the sideline with your jersey on, acting all big and bad.
Georgia is like scrubs. They're to me, they're probably still one of the best teams in the country. They just can't beat Alabama.
Y'all are one of the best teams in the country. Y'all should at least have somebody there to play for y'all.
I tell you what, we would have played Michigan hard. We wouldn't have lost Michigan 63-3.
Alabama didn't lose 63. Alabama lost in the last play of the game.
Yeah, but Florida State would have lost 63-3 against Michigan if they had.
If y'all would have played Michigan would have beat y'all 100-0.
No, they wouldn't, Brandon. No, they wouldn't.
Y'all wouldn't have got 3 points on Michigan.
Because for starters, everybody would have played except for Jordan Travis.
Thank you, Watt. Yeah,
well, of course, Watt gonna say that. Yeah, they ain't beat Michigan.
Y'all
in 3
did,
years.
bro. I get what you're saying. I get all the opt-outs. I get it. But if I'm a coach, if I'm a player there next year, I'm like, yo, y'all not gonna come out here and let us only score 3. Even with Carolina, bro, y'all not gonna come out here. Even though our kicker got hurt before the game.
No points.
But our kicker got hurt before the game. Our kicker got hurt before the game. We would have had 3. We would have had 3 too if we'd have kicked the field goal.
Why you didn't get 6?
Why didn't y'all get 6? Number 4 team in the country. We should be in the college football playoff. We should be in the playoff. Y'all lost by 63. Hey, that Alabama team beat that Georgia team.
With their star players.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. For Florida State. I'm talking about Florida State. Hey, look, we in college now. My Virginia Tech team got a blowout. So we in college now. Y'all should at least score 10 points.
You know what? When the last time y'all won a title undefeated,
Hey, no, they got Will Howard. Will Howard said he gonna beat the team in the North. Will Howard said he gonna beat the team in the North. Y'all better get
Y'all
ready.
won y'all championship
Y'all
1
better
year
get ready.
after us, buddy. You won your championship 1 year after us.
You better get ready. Will Howard coming. But all I'm saying is,
Y'all that made the CFP and lost.
Mallz,
So
I get what
when
you're
y'all
saying.
lose, y'all in the same spot as us. I
get what
my
you're
case.
saying. I get what you're
I'm
saying.
talking to WAP now.
No, I know.
Mhm.
I get what you're saying, but letting all the naysayers know.
Yeah, learn how to spell, buddy. N.
If
LANK,
undefeated.
let a naysayer know.
Yeah.
letting all the naysayers know.
Shout out to Jalen Milroe.
College
Let him
football
know.
team ever, the 2013-2014 Florida State Seminoles.
Jameis Winston, and that fake ass Kelvin Benjamin.
First in the nation in scoring offense.
Greatest quarterback college.
Scoring defense.
Greatest
And
college quarterback of all time.
And we had a retard for a quarterback. No,
Greatest quarterback of all time in college football.
Yeah.
Hey,
y'all
but
get
like
to
I'm
the
saying,
CFP and lose.
The
but like I'm
first
saying,
human being to ever eat a W.
I got the thing that get me is that the Florida State players were saying like because Alabama lost on the last play of the game, they're like, see, this is what we was talking about. This is what we was talking about. But I'm like, y'all lost by 60 points. Y'all can't really be talking right now.
No, they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to be there.
I don't care. Then don't come forfeit. Please forfeit instead of going on the field.
They couldn't forfeit. They probably would have, but they probably if you forfeit, then we're gonna lose money. Those players didn't want to be there.
Well, it's Florida State. There should be good players that come on the field.
Your
good players.
To be there, Brandon.
They should. But listen, when I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But when Georgia put their 4 strings in, I think y'all should move the ball. And I get what you're saying. They don't want to be there. But even if I don't want to be there, if I got somebody that's at my competition level now, I got to score a touchdown. I got to try to score a touchdown. My man threw the ball up one time. I feel like he just wanted to throw a pick. He threw the ball up one time. I feel like he just wanted to throw.
We'll see next year.
Well, y'all get on Talia Tagovailoa.
You talking about now? We supposed to get DJ Uguwale.
Oh yeah, y'all did sign DJ. Y'all did sign DJ.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll be back. They didn't want to be there though, and I knew they.
Carson Beck will be back.
But I'm asking you, as a competitor in you, as the Matoka,
we winning it next year.
Athlete, would you have let that performance be on the field, even if you didn't want to be there?
I wouldn't have came. Nope. If I would have, because you sit here and tell me, hold on, if you sit here and tell me, I control my own destiny. I gotta win. If I go undefeated, my scoring margin of victory is 20-some points. We've beaten the Heisman winning trophy team.
Yes.
Beat LSU by 24. Yep. Shut them out. We did what we supposed to do, and we still don't get into the CFP. No, I'm not coming. Fuck that. For what? You just pretty much told me I can't control my own destiny.
But if I tell you in hindsight, the performance y'all put on there is the reason why y'all didn't get in.
I wouldn't have.
That's the reason why y'all didn't get in.
Me honestly, I would have gave half. I would have told the coach I ain't playing.
That's not a good team.
I wouldn't.
I don't care. I don't care. I can't go out like that, dog. I can't. I don't care who. I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that.
Well,
y'all, they shouldn't let y'all in next year going out like that. At least TCU. TCU fought. TCU really just got their ass whipped.
Well, they was playing for a national championship, so obviously they was gonna fight. It was a national.
Y'all playing for y'all national championship. Because if y'all win that game,
you comparing a national championship game to pretty much an exhibition game. That's what you're comparing.
If they beat Georgia by 10 points with a backup quarterback is the narrative, Florida State should have been national championships.
But what
they would have gave y'all media national championship.
But they're not. They wouldn't be national champions. You can say and tell me I'm the king of England, but if I'm not the king of England, what difference does it make?
But that's what I'm telling you. The difference is the way y'all looked on the field is why y'all didn't get in.
No.
Because they saw y'all had a backup quarterback. Y'all got players that won't in it.
Yeah, because as soon as Florida State, it won't even 10 minutes. Keon Coleman already said, I'm opting out. The whole defensive line opted out. They didn't want to be there.
That ain't my fault, brother. You don't want to be in a national championship.
Well, they couldn't have been in a national championship. They didn't get voted in.
I'll tell you what, they're going to ban Georgia from playing in the CFP the way they be beating down these teams. Because, every time that Georgia, the last 2 bowl games, they don't put up 60. And got a college committee questioning everything they've done in life. They just beating teams. Beating them
I
down.
think if it was Dallas If it was Dallas, you'd be treating Dallas harder than you treating Florida State right now.
Well, because Dallas players are getting paid millions of dollars.
Florida State players are getting paid millions of dollars. Some of them.
Not all of
Some
them.
get,
Only
some
a
of them get
select
paid.
few. They all
You
ain't
telling me
getting
you get
NIL
paid?
deals.
But I'm just saying, if you get an NIL deal and you opt out, what is that? Come on, if you get an
But
NIL
all
deal,
of
you
them,
playing.
all of them ain't getting NIL deals. And NIL
But
deals
most-
ain't compared to what the NFL players are
But that's what I'm saying. Most of the people that opted out getting NIL deals.
Okay, but now they're opting out to go to NFL where they can make more money.
Some people.
Why am I
It
going
depends
to?
on when you get drafted. Depends on when you get drafted.
My NIL deal is $5 million. Why I'm gonna play this meaningless football game, risk getting hurt and losing $40-50 million? It don't make no sense. So what
Because
would you
I can
do?
come in.
So
Because I can come to college and make $5 million. But listen, you can come to college and make $5 million. You may not get drafted in the first round. If you get drafted in the bottom of the first round, that's $12 million. So if you get drafted in the third round, you're making more money by staying in college, getting that $5 million. If you want to go to that route of it,
You just said
you're making more money
million.
by being in college.
$12 million is more than $5 million. What are you talking about?
I'm saying if you get drafted in the bottom of the first round, you're talking about every player that sat out is getting drafted in the first round.
Yeah, but they're gonna be making more than what they make in NIL.
But that's what that's what I'm saying. It depends. If you come back to Florida State, you're a top player, you probably make more than what you make getting drafted into the NFL. Especially if you go to a California, because then you factor in the taxes. Florida, you don't have any state income tax. So if we go, it just all depends on who it is. Keon Coleman, yes. 100% sit out that game, go get your money in the NFL. Somebody else who's not, who just sitting that game out because you're a little bit butthurt because you didn't get it and you coming back next year, I'm sorry, I'm playing. That's me. Me personally, I'm playing.
I'm not, because I'm saying I proved to you my hard work and you pretty much just crapped on it. So why am I gonna come in this meaningless football
Your
game?
defense did 100%. Your defense, everybody in your defense, yes.
And make
not your offense.
Make y'all millions of dollars when you just said we weren't good enough. Nah. Make that money without me.
But that's what that's my whole point I'm saying. But the performance and the thinking like that and what y'all put on the field shows that y'all weren't good enough. In my mind, it just shows you weren't good enough. And that's why, and even with all the attitude surrounding it, just shows me that you're not good enough to do it.
At the end of the day, it's any given Sunday because any given Sunday. Yeah, it was Saturday. You're right. You know,
I know that on the stance. But for Florida State, who I seen all year, that wasn't the game I was expecting to see, even from your backups. I was expecting more from your backups.
Well, I didn't think. I mean, I knew. I didn't think it would get blown out by 60, but yeah, I knew Georgia was going to win that game easily. Probably 3-4 touchdowns.
That's what I thought. Like 20.
But
like 21. But kudos to Georgia because Kirby Smart was like, let's play football.
Yeah.
play football. But that's what I'm kind of mad. But then why did Georgia? Georgia was like, man, we ain't gonna win. Ain't nobody gonna play for us either. You know, we feel slighted too. We gonna sit out. They said, hell no, all of us playing. We want to win.
Well, because
that's
Georgia,
the other part of it.
They shouldn't have felt slighted. All they had to do was beat Alabama, and they didn't. Ain't no feeling slighted. Beat Alabama next time you go to the college.
Hey, you know what's crazy? If Georgia would have handled their business, y'all would have been in the college football playoffs. If Georgia would have handled their business, Florida State would have been in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So I think y'all should play. And then
Alabama should have been at it to begin with because Auburn should have let them off the hook. That game, oh my God, 4th and 31. 4th and 31. That's all I'm gonna say.
Trigga, you can't bring up old stuff. You said I can't bring up old stuff.
This is different. They say.
But no, I think y'all coming back.
But I do. So what was y'all's opinion on the Michigan Alabama game? I think if Michigan special teams didn't mess it up, they probably would have beat Alabama by 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed Jalen Milroe in that last play.
Stop being salty.
Man.
Stop being salty.
It ended so abruptly. I'm like, bro, where would you?
Hey, I saw that last play. I was like, y'all ain't trying to throw the ball. Y'all ain't gonna scramble around.
No.
So, I know it's a bad snap. It was a bad snap. Or was he in the wrong spot again?
I wish the game would have been a little bit more dramatic for me. It just ended too fast.
If you looked at that play,
too fast.
If you looked at that play, Milrose went through the wrong gap. The touchdown was there. He was supposed to follow the lineman that was pulling. He kept straight and then he tripped over the lineman. If he would have went left with that lineman, there was an open lane. Jalen Mayros just didn't do what he was supposed to do, but that touchdown was there.
I thoroughly enjoyed what happened.
But who is
What's
who
going
is that,
on? How
Brandon?
you doing? Yo, what's up?
What's up? Oh, hey.
Sadness.
What's happening? But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think Michigan might beat Washington though.
Oh, yeah,
Washington,
no. Okay, that's what you said. No, I worry because
Washington
like y'all
shocking.
said,
Washington shocked.
Washington throw the ball, and that's what
Yeah.
I don't think Michigan really.
Penix has a freaking laser. A laser cannon. Whatever you want to call it.
They throwing that ball.
He was, I mean, that ball looked different coming out of his hands versus than other quarterbacks that I've seen. For whatever reason. I mean, yeah, he was throwing that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see Washington win it all. I think most people, even me, kind of found them to be the one team that didn't belong in the Final Four. And given the conference that they come from, no one really cares about the Pac-12. Like, they don't want to take them serious. Against, Alabama, that SEC, Michigan, obviously, what they've done this year. Then you got Texas, who's been, ain't no way Michigan or Washington's going to stand up to any of those teams. I hope they win.
I hope Michigan win just so I can call WAP. The only reason.
No, but I'm rooting for Penix though. I'm rooting for Penix. I'm rooting for Washington to beat Michigan.
Let's go Michigan. Hail
I think Penix and them they're gonna throw that ball on them. They're gonna throw that ball on them, and it's
There you go.
Penix might
go blue.
Penix might be the second.
Blue.
Depending on this game, Penix might be the second quarterback taken or third quarterback taken.
He might, man. He got a chance to boost and stop.
I think Mel put him at what, 10?
I mean, they scored a lot of points, and he only threw 2 touchdown passes, but he threw for a lot of yards, and like the way he threw that ball, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know a little bit of advice on it, but his thing, do y'all think Penix would be a good NFL quarterback? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he has to be quickly because of his age and going to I don't know. It's a quarterback, so. But I don't know if he take like 3 years to develop. We talking about he's 29 years old, 28, 29 years old. Like,
I think best case scenario, he comes in kind of like Jordan Love scenario. He goes to a team where he can kind of sit back and kind of learn.
He can't sit though, Trigga. He can't be 29 starting. Well,
you
can.
If he get you,
he's 25, 26.
This is 6 year in college football. Yeah, 6 years. So he's 24, so he'll be 25 going to the league. Yeah.
COVID senior, you got the COVID seniors now.
It's just like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow came in the league in what, 24?
They just posted something. They posted something about like all the quarterbacks coming. Like Bo Nix is what, 25 coming out. Like all these quarterbacks coming this year.
Bo Nix 25. I thought he was at least 30.
Yeah.
He said Bo Nix is in college when I was in college.
Like Greg, how many?
Didn't he play against Cam Newton?
Man, that man in the
doctoral program. No, because he was in Auburn.
No, I was good.
Cam Newton back
up. Back way far.
Bo
Nix been a college quarterback for a long time.
And then is that a significant negative if you're an NFL scout?
Age?
It could be
for Michael Penix. It's his age and injury history, which for me is going to be bad because he's been hurt a lot, and that's why he's got all these years too. You've been hurt and you're old.
Yes, swap. Joe Bo is a different.
He was hurt all 4 years in Indiana. I've never heard that.
Up close and personal in the SEC.
And then that throw is kind of funky if you look at it. Can't even describe it, but it's quick though. But it's funky.
He throws that ball on a string, bro.
Yeah, and
I think it all depends
on. Only like.
See, the age thing could be good or bad, given his actual age right now.
Well, like, y'all Cowboys fans, Brandon Whedon, how did he work out?
What are we bringing up Brandon Whedon for?
He was 28 when he came out, 26, 28 when he came out of college as a first round pick.
That man played one good game as a starting quarterback for Dallas, and that was it. Off into the wind.
Just ask you how did he look?
Because they're not that good. 'Cause I forgot all about them.
Nah, I did
Anywho,
too.
Because we still
got
got think
players.
about how many quarterbacks you got out there though. I mean, who spot could they take and be in a good situation to thrive? Because you got
Penix,
Russell's going to be available.
I like Penix at Denver.
Tannehill,
Penix,
Cousins,
Tannehill.
they're all going to be available. Tannehill about to throw that ball this weekend because DeAndre Hopkins needs those yards.
Is he starting again?
He's starting this weekend. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So you saying Penix going to Denver?
well, I don't know the where Denver's gonna be in the draft. 'Cause they still in the playoff race. Man.
I don't think so.
I think they out. I think they out after last week. They lost.
And then
Or
I
did they
don't
win
know how
last?
Sean Payton.
I hope they wouldn't still be in the playoff race and then bench Russ.
They ain't trying to get him hurt because they ain't trying to pay that money.
Well, yeah, and then
that's
Sean.
the
And then,
whole thing behind that.
Penix, he's got to get big. He's 6'3", but he's only 205 pounds. Like that ain't gonna cut it.
Bryce Young 180, bro.
But Bryce Young's also 5'8".
Ain't no way. Is he really?
Bryce Young probably about 190 pounds. Bryce Young maybe 190 pounds.
But when you 6'3", you need to be pushing 220, 230.
Yeah, Cam was 230, 240, 250.
Well, Cam was also 6'6". I just told you he's the biggest freaking human I ever seen.
He ain't that big, bro.
Bruh, that I was like, who's Zilla up in here? Like, who told guys don't come up in here and eat up everything? That was a large human being. His afro was big.
Cam Newton. Yeah, it does help me playing that position to have that size and that height.
Did y'all see?
Makes a difference.
It's a video on Twitter with Tua. He has like a video on his helmet and it'll show what like a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Mike McDaniel that's what he's saying they did.
That like, how do you see over the line? Like, how can you I guess you base your plays off of pre-snap reads because there's no way you can read all that. You can't see nothing.
Yeah,
that was wild. I couldn't play.
But that's Mike McDaniel got them working on crossovers and all type. Like his receivers working on crossovers to work on their releases. Like, I just hope we get a good coach. I hope we get a good coach and a good
Riverboat Ron.
Riverboat Ron and beat y'all. Hey, we got good football tomorrow. We got a good game. Indianapolis against Houston. I think it's gonna be a good game. I got to make my sports bets tomorrow.
Is it 2 games tomorrow?
Just two. It's the Indianapolis and Texas.
There's the late game, and then somebody's the earlier game.
They already said Lamar's sitting out.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley, but you got a Pro Bowler starting.
Baltimore and Pittsburgh is other game.
Oh, you got Snoop, right? Snoop Huntley.
Yep.
All right, so MVP, who you got?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, you the host. You're supposed to be asking.
Lamar Jackson, the MVP.
I say Lamar Jackson, man, but I put his stats up next to some other quarterbacks, man.
Don't say Dak Prescott.
Well, Dak is one of them. There's Dak Prescott. His stats overall.
Lamar beat the 49ers. Lamar beat the 49ers.
Yes.
Lamar beat
their defense did play a big role in that game. I wouldn't say Lamar Jackson was responsible for that entire victory. I think the Baltimore
defense. He had 300. Then he had 303 touchdowns.
The defense also got 5
Jackson
he had 300 yards, Trigga, and 3 touchdowns.
We're talking about 2 different games here. The game against the 49ers, defense got 5 turnovers. But the game against last week, he threw for 5 touchdowns and 300-something yards against whoever they played. Who did they play? Miami? Was it Miami?
Miami. Okay, you're right.
That was the Miami game. Right. Yeah. So the Miami game.
Trigga.
Yeah, yes. It was
when Dak put up 5. When Dak put up 5. What's your question, Lady Ray?
What's your question, Aaron?
Against a top defense.
He hasn't. I don't think he ever has.
I'll have to give it a big trust. If you take Lamar's total yardage, passing and rushing, his passing touchdowns to his total rushing
it's
touchdowns.
It's the writers and people who get vote. It's like sports writers and other people
total
get
touchdowns.
They vote on it. It's no criteria. It's all opinion.
I wouldn't be mad if he got the award. I'm just saying that, if you put his stats up, if we're going by stats, it's a couple other quarterbacks that,
to
playoff
me,
teams that.
If you don't give it to Lamar, it's no other quarterback than Lamar. You'd have to give it to a skill position. I'm sorry.
I feel like you can give it to Lamar and Tyreek. I don't know why can't we do co-MVPs? We've done it before.
Well, Tyreek's not gonna get that 2,000.
What did
I
Tyreek do
know.
last week against Lamar?
Then do you add CeeDee Lamb
I don't know
potentially because he's right behind
CD
Tyreek
broke the Dallas
in
Cowboys
yards
single season yards record and receiving record, right?
and
but
reception.
Tyreek.
Yep.
What did Tyreek hit? I don't
And
know
he
his
did
stat.
it in 17 weeks and not, he
Tyreek
still got
probably
a
at
week to
what,
play.
18? I think like 18 or 19, maybe.
17.
So how did they do
17.
last game? How they do last game? I
He
didn't see
didn't.
his stats.
His ankle. He hurt. Tyreek hurt. He hurt.
If
Yeah,
Tyreek
and
was healthy, he would have 2,000 receiving yards. Give it to
I agree.
Tyreek. Give it to the Cheetah. Hell, he insurance money for his house anyway.
What makes an MVP for y'all? For me, it's the best
If you a
player.
game changer, if you are a game changer for me, for your team, and your team couldn't win without you, you the MVP. Cam Newton in the 2015 season was a game changer for the Carolina Panthers, but Luke Kuechly, I think, was more of a game changer than Cam sometimes during that season. But Cam had me, Trigga, and Mallz throwing the ball to him that season and went to the Super Bowl.
I
So
pretty much agree. Pretty much what it stands for, most valuable player, like how valuable
most
you are with
valuable
your
player.
team. If you ain't on the team, your team will probably be some cheats. And I think if Lamar wasn't on that Ravens team, I mean, yeah, they got the number one defense, but if Snoop Hundley was on the quarterback, they wouldn't have 13
You
games.
don't. You don't have. You do, but you don't. Like that's why you have offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year. Like for all that stuff, you got other awards for. For most valuable player, there's only one person that was. Well, it's not. It's not. It's not always. It's only one quarterback. But
So yeah, in 2003, the co-MVP. That's the only year I can remember when you had co-MVPs,
yeah,
but it rarely happens.
because I really could go Puka, because Puka kept the Rams in it. If we want to be serious, while Cooper Cup was hurt,
Even after Cooper Cup came back, he was still leading the team.
Puka about to break the receiving yards record. Like it's a lot of criteria. But what they're gonna go for is the polarizing position of quarterback.
But
Is
I
the position
mean, he had a lot of y'all. Was it game like when Randy Moss? He had more receiving yards than Randy Moss rookie year, but Randy Moss made an impact when he.
But no, that's
when
what
he
I'm
was a
telling
rookie.
you.
Puka,
I watched the interview on Pat McAfee. He did.
Mm.
It's him learning with like Cooper Cup and them. They're playing the game. So Puka said, "We come into the line, Matt Cooper. We're all talking. It's hey Cooper. Well, it's Cooper like, hey, I'm gonna do this. Puka, you go this way. So it's not like they're calling and scheming. It's like, hey, we're playing the game actually in the game, and it's just we're going out here and making plays. It's not like something where it's Sean McVay's scheme, yes, but it's also him going out there and making plays too.
That is one team Dallas don't need to see in the first round. If they see the Rams, they will lose
I don't know.
because they can't stop the run. Kyrie Williams is running like a man on fire.
Yeah, but the
Any
Rams
team
turn
they
the
want,
ball over though, don't they?
Dallas do too. Dallas turn the ball over. They will get takeaways, but they ain't gonna do nothing with it because they can't score in the red zone.
You know what's gonna tell me how y'all gonna do in the playoffs? If Dak has more than 2 turnovers this game, I worry about y'all in the playoffs. If Dak has 2 or more turnovers, I worry about y'all in the playoffs.
If Dak Prescott show up on time, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Damn.
If Mike McCarthy show up on time, they're gonna lose. If Jerry Jones show up on time, they will lose. It don't matter what they do, they're gonna find a way to lose.
We got to get the mock draft season too. Everybody is coming up.
They will lose. So are we doing the picks tonight?
Oh, we got to do it tonight. We can come back next week and get it together and do some research and.
No. I mean week 17 picks.
Oh yeah, we doing the picks. Yeah, we doing those. Yeah. I'm trying to find the paper now.
Week 18.
Yeah, don't I do like the I'm trying to think who's out of it. Like the Panthers, the whoever.
What are you talking about?
Like the Bears and the like. Let's not
do what?
Let's not
You
do
tripping?
games
You tripping? You can't. You have to do the Panthers because the Panthers are playing the Bucks and the Bucks are playing for the playoffs.
Okay. I'm talking about like 2 teams that are out.
Come on now.
That's what I
Stop
mean.
playing. Stop playing. Everybody in it, brother.
Like
you can't do that. Everybody in it this week.
Like the Patriots and the Jets. They playing
Patriots and the Jets. I get it, but that's still that's a big game. That might be Bill's last game. And for the Patriots, it might be Bill's last game, brother. Might be Bill's last game. Trigga watching Golden Girls. Wop ain't coming in here. He's scared.
I'm sorry, Amber. I was watching Philly and New York. The Knicks and the Sixers.
And Trigga, can I get my scouting badge from you, please?
Mohamed Jaquez?
Yeah, can I come on?
Bro, I already gave you your flowers about that.
He surprised you against the Lakers. He surprised you against the Lakers, I know.
I mean, I didn't see the game, but I saw the highlights, and yes, he played well.
Hey,
I have nothing bad to say about him. I have nothing bad to say about him. I just think it's a difference. And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with Penix and his age, and certain college quarterbacks are really old, about to be rookies in the NFL or whatever. Jaime Jaquez is going to school for 4 years, working on his game, maturing, all that stuff. Has had a big impact on his success in the NBA so far. And I'm telling you, going to school for 4 years and then jumping to the pros, there's a difference versus going for 1 year and then going pro.
I ain't gonna lie, he's surprising me. He's surprising me. He's surprising me in how I thought, like you said, it was gonna take a little bit of time, but it seemed like something is just I know how to play.
Even 4 years in college. There's still an adjustment, going from college to the pros. Like there's a level there, and there's there's something that you have to unlock. It's a new adjustment that you have to get used to.
Yeah.
And
the pace
some guys pick it up faster than others, but generally it does take time no matter how good you are. And you got some guys like Jaquez, who just comes in right away and is contributing. But then again, too, you got to look at the team that he's playing with. Like, he's playing on a team where they need guys to contribute, like now. Because of, they got Jimmy, they got Tyler Hero back finally, they got Bam. You really don't have a whole lot after that. You just got a bunch of role players and rotational pieces that kind of come in and give you a lift. We're still looking for that one guy or two guys that can come in off the bench and give us a consistent 15, 20 points a game. And right now, he is starting to fulfill that role. And he's starting to solidify that role. And that's going to be great come, playoff time. He's going to have this whole season to adjust and get used to doing that. If we get that output from him during playoff time, we're going to have a chance to upset some teams.
Would you trade Tyler Hero for Roy Hachimaro, D'Angelo Russell, and you pick a third player? Nope. What about Kyle Lowry for D'Angelo Russell?
They about the same to me, honestly. When I'm looking,
I'm trying to build my team. I'm Rob Pelinka right now.
If we want to get younger, fine. You D'Angelo
but I trust
Russell.
Kyle shot more than D'Angelo Russell shot.
They're both very iffy and streaky.
Yeah.
But I think D'Angelo Russell's a little bit of a better shooter. I feel like just by watching them play. I don't know the exact statistics on where they are, from 3-point range, what the percentages are. But watching the two of them play, I feel like D'Angelo Russell, when he catches fire, he catches fire. Like he knocks down shots. Kyle Lowry, he has his moments where he'll have games where he's scoring 20 or 30 points, but it doesn't happen very often. And he's very rarely scoring in double figures, on a nightly basis on a team that anybody can score. And D'Angelo Russell plays for the Lakers. Anthony Davis is going to score. LeBron's going to score. Even Austin Reeves might be, that third option. Yeah. And, he kind of get what he can get. But playing in Miami, Kyle Lowry should be scoring more than he has been because Jimmy's been out. So, Bam's been hurt. Tyler has missed time. And for him to not have games where he's scoring, at least 15 points, if not on a every night basis, at least maybe every other game when these star players are out for us, like there's no way he shouldn't be able to score that many points when we're missing guys like Hero and Butler and Bam in the lineup on a team where there's no other pure scorers outside of those three guys that I just named.
Well said, Trigga. Well, we gotta get to the picks because Mallz can't talk about NBA because his Pistons.
Yeah. Hey, we
They
won a
finally
game,
won
though.
the game.
We won a
They
game.
won.
Hey,
They won.
Ended, what was it, 38, 40 games in a row they lost?
27.
Yeah, you disrespectful.
That's what
My man
that's
said
what
40. My man said 40. Yo.
Shout out
Golly,
to Papa Benefield and his wife representing Detroit.
Hey, Trigga, you better not be talking mess enough. I come to watch you Sunday and you get blown out, bro. Cause I'm live. I'm going
Talking
live, bro.
mess.
I'm going live from the
Ain't
court,
gonna-
bro. I'm going live in the court.
It don't
Y'all
be
here
no
getting
blowout.
blown out.
I can't guarantee a victory, but it won't be a blowout. I
You
can say
get blown
that.
out, Trigga. You get crossed, I'm gonna have to talk to him. If you
It
get
won't
John
be a
Morant,
blowout.
if you get John Morant in Wembley, I'm gonna have to talk about it.
That's
I'm gonna have
definitely
to
not
talk
happening.
about it. All right.
You ain't worried. You ain't gotta worry about
Speaking
the
of
blowout.
John Morant, y'all, we need to go to Atlanta and go to Atlanta Hawks game, bro. That is one of the best games. Like, I don't know if all NBA teams do it, but if you get VIPs for like $200, you get all you can eat buffet until the fourth quarter. We've got to go to Atlanta and go to Atlanta Hawks.
Give me a free week. Give me a free weekend, y'all got. We're playing it.
Yeah, I went 2022 when they played the Grizzlies. This is when John
Hey.
Morant was that dude, and I did more eating than watching. I'm gonna just say that.
I'm playing it. I got a summer trip I'm planning too. Y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be like Atlanta, but y'all stay tuned. All right. We got the Steelers and the Ravens. Who we going with?
Give me Pittsburgh because
Pittsburgh.
Baltimore ain't got nothing to play for.
Baltimore is resting all their guys. Yeah,
And
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh
they're fighting for a spot. They can make the playoffs with a win, and I think
and
is it just a win or does something else got to happen for them to get in?
I think
let
it's
me
winning
look at
in for
playoff
Pittsburgh. I
scenarios.
want to say it's winning in.
Well, either way, they gotta win this game to give themselves a chance. Because they lose, they don't go to the postseason. I mean,
Yeah.
especially given the year they've had, where they looked at times like they belong nowhere near the playoffs. They probably
And here-
still don't. The fact
Pittsburgh-
that they have a chance to get in is crazy to me.
Pittsburgh clinches the playoff with a Pittsburgh win or Buffalo loss, or Pittsburgh win, Jacksonville loss or tie, or Pittsburgh win and Houston Indy tie, or Pittsburgh tie, Jacksonville loss, Houston and Indy doesn't end in tie, or Jacksonville loss plus Denver win plus Houston.
So you
Indy
said
doesn't end.
so you said or a Buffalo loss. That's the first thing you said.
Yeah, so the Dolphins beat
So
Buffalo and Pittsburgh win, they in.
Yeah, it's
So
and
they
not
need
or.
help.
Yeah, so if
Read the first one.
it's Pittsburgh
Is it-
win and Baltimore loses, they're in.
So if Pittsburgh win, they're in. So I didn't know if you said and or and Buffalo or if Buffalo.
Pittsburgh has to win and Buffalo has to lose.
Okay. So it is
Okay.
not a winning in for them.
Yeah, Pittsburgh
So
has
they
to
need
win.
help.
Buffalo has to
So
lose.
here's
They
the
gotta
question
win,
for
they need help.
here's the question for Baltimore. The whole rest versus rust symptom. Do you play your starters or you don't? Because you already get a bye.
Nope.
So now you want 2 weeks off? Because remember 2019 they did that, and they
Nope.
This
This the first year I got Lamar healthy. This the first year I got Lamar and everybody healthy. Nope, I'm putting everybody on the bench. I don't care. I'd rather be rusty than hurt.
So they're gonna be sitting for 2 weeks practically.
Well, maybe
Then
get Dalvin Cook in there and get him some reps.
Yeah, you get Dalvin Cook in there in the practice and
See what he does.
You could do
Yeah,
that
I
too.
mean,
Yeah.
But
I would
if it's a
play
game they
them, I
don't
would-
need and they feel confident that rust factor is not going to play in, like we seen what happened with baseball when that happened. I get two different sports, but we all seen it happen with football too. These teams you rest 2 weeks
Shut
in a
up,
row.
Rock.
They get the first round. They get the first round bye on top of that. Too much rest can be a bad thing. Because remember what I told y'all about these athletes and their bodies being conditioned to go a certain way, right?
Well,
Talk about load management with the NBA. You miss a
Mhm.
certain amount of games, you try to come back and ramp things up again after it's been a while. You kind of set yourself back when you do that. So as long as they can practice and work out and do all this stuff, but there's no type of shape like game shape.
I mean,
And
it's
if your
it's-
body's been used to playing once every week, and all of a sudden you go 2 weeks and don't do any type of game reps, it hurts you.
And if you're playing a team like a Pittsburgh who's been fighting the playoff lives for 4 weeks, it's a tough. I know Bill Belichick, he ain't never rested his starters, and they got 6 Super Bowl wins. So I mean,
Yeah, he wants to play
Yes,
them
it-
just to keep them in game shape. No one's mad about that. But
yeah.
the second somebody gets hurt, almost like the was it the Derrick Rose situation when he tore his knee up the first time? When the Bulls were in a situation where he shouldn't have been. It was late in the game. You know, it was out of reach. He should have pulled him. He kept him out there, and he tore his ACL. And he caught a lot of heat for that.
Next up, 8:15. Y'all got Houston Texans at the Indiana Colts. Indianapolis
You
Colts.
said that Indy?
It's in Indy, yes, sir. In the Loud House. I'm gonna go with Houston. CJ Stroud. Loud for Stroud.
Yeah. Give me Houston.
Yeah, I'm picking Houston.
I know why. That's why he still and Tom wanted to play, but that's what I'm saying. Tom didn't rest.
And then their clinching scenario is Houston clinches AFC South Division title with Houston win and Jacksonville loss or tie. Houston clinches playoff berth with Houston win or Houston tie, Jacksonville loss, Pitt loss or tie. Indy clinches AFC South with Indy win plus Jacksonville loss or tie. Indy tie and Jacksonville loss. They clinch the playoffs with the Indy win or Indianapolis tie and Pittsburgh loss or tie. So Houston and Indy is pretty much win or you win.
Okay, give me Houston. I like Houston.
Buccaneers at Carolina.
Tampa.
You asshole.
Give me Tampa.
Said that so. Why I said it so fucking fast?
I'll take Tampa.
All right. Bryce Young, Carolina Panthers, final game of 2024. Fuck you, WAP 2. Let's see how Carolina can make the playoffs. All right, so Carolina can make the playoffs.
What?
You looking at next season.
This man.
All right.
He think
all right, so
late tournament.
You trying to go back and deduct wins and overturn the
Hey, I'll try to get 12 in. Y'all trying to get 12. Hey, Tampa Bay clinches the NFC South with a Tampa Bay win or Tampa Bay tie a New Orleans loss.
That'll give us our third win of the season. Where does that put us? Then this will have to happen. This have to happen.
How y'all got the worst record in the league? How you got the worst record in the league?
You gotta play 12 more weeks of football. You gotta play 12 more weeks of football.
So we traded our pick away. We San Francisco. Don't nobody talk about that. Don't nobody talk about San Francisco trading away their whole team and then trading they pick away to Dallas, but because they winning.
Yeah,
and we was winning. Won't nobody talk about nothing.
And
you're right about that. You're absolutely right.
But they're on the verge of their third straight NFC championship game.
It's 4.5. Give me Carolina with the points. I think Carolina, if they lose, it's gonna be about 3 points. I'm taking Carolina with the points. Taking Carolina with the point. It ain't gonna be a 4.5 spread. It ain't gonna be a 4.5 spread. Ain't gonna be 4.5.
Bro, if Carolina wins this game, I'm gonna be weak.
Yeah, ain't gonna be all right. We got the Browns and the Bengals. Jeff
Bengals.
Driscoll is starting for the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns resting players too.
Yeah, they resting everybody.
Yeah. They're right.
Yeah, they still might win. They've been playing with backups all year.
Mm-hmm. But
for the most part.
You know what? I mean, I don't know if it's too early to talk about it. Baltimore is but Cleveland, they could beat Baltimore. They could beat them.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the story. Joey Flacco will come back and beat Baltimore in the playoffs.
If they match up in the playoffs, him against his former team, yeah.
Browns resting everybody. They ain't playing. Browns Joe Flacco ain't playing. Amari Cooper ain't playing. Ain't nobody playing. Nobody playing for the Browns.
See, Baltimore already clinched the division. Wow.
Oh yeah, they can't. No, the 2 seed. They can't get the 2 seed.
No, because
I gotta go to division winner. You're right. They gotta go to division winner.
It'd be a wild.
You gotta be a division winner. Yep. You gotta go to division winner.
The winner of the game is gonna get the 2 seed.
So the 2 seed would go to who? Would it be Kansas City or team out the AFC?
No, the winner. Kansas City cannot get the 2 seed because they already have 6 losses.
Yeah, I don't think it was KC.
So would it be the Bills or the Dolphins?
When's that Sunday night game?
Then the next team would be a 9-7 team or 9-8 team out of the South.
No, it would be Baltimore, the AFC East winner.
You got Miami at number
Miami
2 right now, and Kansas City at 3.
That game is going to be the number 2 seed.
Mm-hmm. And then Kansas City locked up the 3 seed. And then whoever wins the AFC South will win the 4th seed.
The 4th seed.
And then the Browns are 5.
And the Browns automatically got the 5.
Browns will be the 5. Okay.
And you got 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, whoever wins the NFC South, Eagles, Rams.
So the NFC
and then the Packers.
So the the 49ers already clinched the number 1 seed. So if Dallas wins, they get the 2nd seed. If Dallas wins, if Dallas loses and Philly wins, I think Philly gets it. I think Detroit is the last team that gets it. Because Philly did Philly who won between Philly and Detroit this year?
Philly, did they play each other?
Did they play each other? I don't think they played each other this year.
I don't think they played each other this year.
Okay, but I think Philly has the schedule over Philly. I mean, over Detroit.
I think it goes to strength of schedule.
I think Detroit still has a better record than them, though, or would have.
Everybody 11-5. Everybody 11-5.
If they both win and Dallas loses, I think it goes to Philly.
So Philly theoretically is still alive for that number 2 seed. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Well, yeah, because they can still win the division. Yeah, you're right.
All right. You got the Vikings at the Lions. Give me the Lions.
I think the Lions. Detroit
they playing for number 2 seed.
They're on a warpath.
Yeah. After what happened with Dallas, they're gonna be mad and
they're gonna be pissed.
Mallz didn't want to do it, but I'm gonna pick the Jets. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
You talking about versus the Patriots?
Yeah. They got a nor'easter coming in too. They got the nor'easter coming in. It's gonna be a whole dose of Breece Hall.
Where's the game at?
It's in New England, but it's gonna be number Breece Hall.
Give me the Pats. Bill Belichick's last game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Pats.
And it's came with the snow. The Jets already can't score, so it's gonna be a low.
They can run the ball though.
It's gonna probably be 6-3. No, they ain't gonna kick no field goal.
We got the Falcons at the Saints. I'm going to
New Orleans.
Give me New Orleans.
The boys be trading for Justin Fields or Russell Wilson after that game.
No, I like him going to Seattle or Atlanta. Even though I'm NFC South. Yeah.
I think Fields would be a good fit in Atlanta. I don't know. I'm hearing rumors about it. I think that's a good team for him to go to.
I saw Pat
Robinson,
McAfee.
Kyle Pitts.
He followed JSN and DK today or recently. He wasn't following him before, and I think him and JSN went to school together and played together. So, but yeah, if he go to Atlanta, I'm worried, Trigga.
Yeah, they have a nice little squad. Like I said, him, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Drake London. You do something.
All right.
Be a homecoming for him too.
Yeah. NFC South has some good quarterback. Well, it depends on who Tampa get, but it probably Baker still. We'll see.
Baker, he has had a pretty solid season, though. I can't take that away from him.
Deshaun Watson might be up for grabs too. Deshaun Watson might go to Atlanta or Denver or.
But see, the crazy thing about Deshaun Watson is, though, as a starter, he went 4-1 with Cleveland before he got hurt.
Then you got Joe Flacco. Then Joe Flacco's available.
Yes, I don't know.
So you gonna pick
especially the investment, especially the investment they made.
I'm sorry, you gonna pick a 39-year-old Flacco over a 27-year-old Watson?
If he take me to the playoff,
all they spent to get Watson and the money they paying him. Yeah, he didn't look good with him as a quarterback.
You can trade him to somebody and get your picks back. He went 4-1.
I mean, true. You could.
But like you said, it's a 39-year-old Joe Flacco, so you're going to be back to quarterback purgatory.
Cleveland having this season next year where they go through 2 or 3 quarterbacks again and get to the playoffs.
I think it's a tough decision, brother.
They have, and Cleveland has.
They're the only team in NFL history to get 4 starting quarterbacks in the season and make the playoffs.
Yeah. They're allowing yards. That is unheard of.
What's that?
At home, they're only allowing us. It's unheard of. Like I'm pretty sure the defense is not going to be that great next. I mean, they're not going to be great like they are this year. So you're gonna have to bring back because your offense is gonna have to be better. But
All right. My bad. I was stretching my headphones up. We got the Jaguars and the Titans. I'm sorry. Oh, that's the actual big game.
who? Give me. I got
Tannehill's
upset.
starting.
I got upset. Give me Tennessee.
Titans.
Uh-oh.
I'm going Titans too because DeAndre Hopkins need some yards. He needs some yards. I think they'll be throwing that ball.
I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. He makes too many mistakes.
It seems Trevor Lawrence might even be iffy to start.
Oh,
I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play one because the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they beat us with Bethard. They beat us 26-0 with Bethard last week.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to play because one, the playoffs are on the line, and two, he got the whole thing intact about him not missing a game since he was in high school. He never missed a game, something like that, something crazy.
No, he missed last week.
Did he miss last week?
He didn't play with. They beat us with their second string.
All right, never mind then. I thought he played.
Who you got, Trigga?
You go
the Jags.
Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Give me the Jags. I think the Jags will pull it off.
We got Seattle with Arizona.
Seattle.
Pete Carroll.
Seattle's playoffs is.
Yep.
Seattle need to win in the Green Bay loss or tie, or Seattle tie, Green Bay loss, Tampa Bay loss or tie, or Seattle tie, Green Bay loss, and New Orleans loss or tie. That's how Seattle gets in the playoffs.
Seattle be coming, back to Dallas. Wild card weekend.
Y'all all going Seattle?
Mm-hmm.
Give me Seattle.
Boom, about to die.
Chicago at Green Bay.
Give me Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through them. We got a couple.
Green Bay.
I'm going with Chicago because we almost beat Green Bay. Chiefs at Chargers.
Give me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs they're gonna play their starters, even though they ain't got nothing to play for. But I think
even with their backup, they want the Chargers.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna play their starters. They're gonna want to have something to prove going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs as well. Broncos, Raiders. I'm going to Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
Yep, Raiders.
Broncos, they are a hot mess.
A dumpster juice. Philly at New York. I'm going to upset. I'm going to Giants.
I want to go with the Giants. I think Philly's going to squeeze by. It's going to be an ugly football game, but I think Philly will win. It's not.
I feel like it's going to be close again, like it was first time they played each other a couple weeks ago, and Philly just barely got by. But I think it'll be another close one, and Philly will find a way to pull it out again and get some kind of false hope heading into the postseason.
We got the I said Giants. We got the Eagles and Rams and the 49ers.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah, go Rams. 49ers.
I went Rams.
Their people. Yeah, the Rams.
And the Rams are playing for the playoffs.
Yeah, are they winning in?
They are
between them, the Seahawks, and
I know the Packers are winning in.
Yeah, between them, the Seahawks, and the Packers, one of them three teams is going to have the 7th spot.
The Rams are. Where is it?
Or 6th seed. I forget the 6th seed is up for grabs as well.
It's not up here.
So 2 of those teams will probably get in more than likely.
They don't got the Rams on here in the scenarios, so I don't think that means they won't get in. But I think the Rams are a 6th seed right now. So
okay,
I think they're good anyway because they're 9-7. Everybody else behind them is 8-8.
Okay.
Everybody else behind them 8-8.
So it's safe.
And then you have the Saints at 8-8. It depends. So the Packers got the 7th seed. So I think anybody who loses, I think they take the Packers spot. possibly. The Seahawks are 8-8, the Saints are 8-8, and the Vikings are 7-9. So the only people that could jump them are the Seahawks and the Saints. But I think the Seahawks, and they play the Falcons. They don't got it on here, but I think the Rams are pretty much maybe. Let me see if they got them locked up here. They got the Los Angeles Rams have a playoff berth. It's clinched. They're clinched already. So maybe they're not playing. They clinched, it says. Actually, the Rams have already clinched.
Okay.
The Knicks are whipping the Sixers' ass right now.
Okay, so WAP said if Dallas and Philly lose, Detroit gets the 2 seed. So I don't know how true that is.
No, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Remember, it was like if Dallas both win, Detroit could get that 2 seed back.
Okay.
Then it'd be poetic justice for them, and all the Detroit fans can shut the hell up about the damn 2-point conversion because it all worked out. Now, do I think that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
No.
Cowboys Commanders. Who y'all got?
I want to pick Washington.
I'm going Cowboys. Ooh, you picking the Commodores.
No, I'm saying I told Larry, go ahead and pick Washington.
Oh, I thought you was picking the Commodores.
This is the beginning of the end, ain't it?
I'm going Commanders.
I actually had the Commanders written down for you because I wrote it down.
Yeah, give me
Dallas. Give me Dallas.
give me
my team.
No, Trigga, you can't go with your team. That's what you tell me.
Well, I would tell you that if my team was bad, and
Your
I
team
won
always
one game
bad.
for the first 10 weeks.
All right, what's the next game? Be good.
Bills and the Dolphins. I'm going with the Bills.
Ooh, give me the Bills. Give me the Bills.
It's at Miami, though.
I know, but Miami, they other than the
Sunday
Dallas
Night
Cowboys,
Football.
they are not a good team against teams with winning records. I like
Trigga
the
can flip it.
Bills. I'm not a fan of Josh Allen, but I do like the Bills.
So Amber was asking who all clinched the playoff spot. For the AFC side, Amber, it's the Baltimore Ravens, the Miami
Chiefs.
Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Cleveland
The
Browns.
Browns.
There's still 3 spots that are up for grabs. Those teams that I just mentioned have clinched the 1, 2, 3, and 5 seeds. The 4 seed, the 6, and the 7 seed are still up for grabs in the AFC. On the NFC side, the teams that are already in, the San Francisco 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, and the LA Rams. So the Rams are in. Doesn't matter if they win or lose.
The 6th seed, yep.
On Sunday.
Bucks and Packers are fighting right now at 4 and 7. Jaguars, Bills, and Colts are 4, 6, and 7 in the AFC.
So I got a question
the
for
Texans
y'all.
still on the bubble.
Do you think they should change the playoff format, as in like you should get a home playoff game? But like, let's say
The
you
team
clinch
that
your
wins the
pick
wild
your game.
card has a worse record.
yeah,
And the team who actually the team who wins the wild card spot has a better record than the team who wins the division.
but they should get the home, like last year. Dallas went 12-5, but they had to go to the 8-9 Bucks.
Yeah,
Like
I think the team with a better record gets the home game. I think that should be the happen. Like yes, they win the division. Give them their little division. Like you don't penalize another good team because this team that won a division played in a bad division.
Yeah,
and
but y'all say that until Dallas get a away game.
No. I've always
been a fan of that.
Yeah,
because I've always been an advocate for that. It never made sense to me.
It never made sense to me because in the NBA they do it in the NBA. So like, say if you clinch your division, but the other team has a better record, that other team will get home court advantage.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. A team like back in 2011, Pittsburgh was 12-4. And Denver was 8-8, but since Denver won the division, they got a home playoff game. To me, that's not fair. You win 4 more games than your opponent, but they get the home playoff game. That don't.
Yeah, just because they won the division, like they played in a bad division.
Yeah, like they need to
win your division.
They need to change that.
I guess it's an incentive for winning your division.
No, Wop. I am a diehard Cowboys fan. I'm just not a
Trigga,
delusional.
we need your pick. Who you going? Bills and Dolphins?
I got Bills.
Where's the game at?
No,
It's in Miami.
it's in Miami.
Miami. This might be the hardest one. I have to pick between all the games going on this weekend, but
Except Carolina, Tampa.
both teams, man. I just don't know which team's gonna show up. You know, Miami's at home, but again, they don't beat anybody that's except for Dallas, of course. They don't beat anybody.
I think the
you know,
Bills.
above 500.
If the Bills lose, they out, right?
No, if the Bills lose, they need I think other teams to win. But yeah, they can still not make the playoffs. But it will be like if they lose.
If they win, they're in.
Yeah, if they win the division. But if they lose,
So Bill clinches AFC East with the win.
Yeah, Miami's in the
They
playoffs
tie
regardless of what happens.
So they get a playoff berth if they tie. Pitt's lose if Pitt loss or tie, Jacksonville loss or tie, and Houston Indy tie. They get in.
Okay, so so they need all that to happen if they lose. So yeah, they pretty much need to win this game.
Yeah. I look at it like the Bills playing against Dallas a few weeks ago, like how desperate they were. That was the first game of the many the games they needed to win in order to keep themselves in the playoff race. And they came out exactly how I expected them to. They came out desperate, hungry, playing like they had everything to lose, which they did. And they win that game. And they won every game since then. So why stop now? So I guess I'm taking Buffalo.
My phone is on.
Nope. Y'all get your last words in. Get your last words in. Trigga, you get your last one.
Just when you expect it, the Cowboys will break your heart. Die-hard Cowboys fan, but I'm not a delusional one.
Until Dallas does break my heart, Jimmy Johnson, the curse has been lifted. Or is lifting. We are on our way back to championship glory.
We coming back with a mock draft for the Carolina Panthers. We got to rebuild Cam Newton, GM, Greg Olsen, head coach. He's our ever defensive coordinator. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
I'm B-Wise.
I'm Mallz.
I'm Trigga.
All right.
We out. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.